Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Dylucke, and I wasn't fully ready for this, but yeah, let's get started anyways. Gotta kill some apps right here. Not this one, not this one, but this one. There we go. Gotta kill. And today we are playing some Torment Tides of Numenera. I've actually played it a little bit on my own, and yeah, I'm really liking it. So that's why I thought we should just make an adventure together, something like that, you know. So that's what we'll be doing today. Sadly, I don't have that much time today, so we're just gonna be doing this for about an hour or something, and then we'll continue tomorrow. And sadly, tomorrow I also don't have a lot of time, so we'll be doing it for another hour tomorrow. Though it'll be okay, I guess. So hello, Lizzie. Let's see if everything works. I'm just gonna hit up my Steam overlay right here, and let's go to myself, youtube.com. It's a little slow for some reason. And it won't load the chat, which is what I want to pop out right here. Huh. That's a little annoying. Okay, so it just closed itself. That's neat. Let's try the gaming one. That seems to work way better. And there we go, popping out the chat right here. So sorry that it's taking a while to get... Ah, God. There we go, channel...
Did you know that on...
My God, all the advertisements and such, they're all popping up now for some reason. And I wanna pop out this chat as well. There we go. Now we should be done. So let's get started right here. I hope you guys can all see the Torment Tides of Numenera stuff right here. Let me know if you can't, because that would really suck. Also, I don't know if this sounds okay. It's really loud on my end, but yeah. I'm just gonna put it down to 20, 28, 26, 25. That should be okay. And I put the music down to 20. Voices should be a little higher there, I guess. Can everyone hear me okay? Like this? Seems like it. Well, let's hit this start button right here. And we're gonna start our first adventure. Well, second actually, now I think of it. Will you be a female or a male? What should we choose? Should we choose a female or a male? What do you guys think? Should we be a female or should we be a male? Let's go female for this.
Your mind wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body.
I really like this part.
Louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands.
Basically, we're in a egg or something like that, and
first emotion is an involuntary and formless.
we're just gonna skip it a little bit. We're basically in a egg, and we're falling towards the planet that is. So we can choose one of two things. We can look at our own body, or we can look around. These are gonna affect like some things that we get later on. So we could look at our own body, and it may affect like how fast we'll fall. Or we could look around and look for stuff to grab or whatever. I guess we should probably look around.
A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside.
Alright.
The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly.
This sounds like really...
Slowly collapsing in upon itself.
The storyteller is putting like a real urgency in it, which I really like. It's like, you're falling. Find something out before you're dead.
The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
So we have another few options here. I actually tried to flatten out to catch the wind with my own playthrough, and it actually slows you down a little bit, gives you a little time to think. However, we could try something else. We could dive towards the ground. We could do that. We could look at the horizon. We could try to judge how far the ground is. Now, judging how far the ground is not really a good use of your time when you're falling, I guess. And diving only makes you die faster. So yeah. Well, looking at the horizon is a waste of time as well, I guess. But we're just gonna dive towards the ground, just for the hell of it.
Put your hands to your sides, and you slice through the air. The wind tears at your face and scalp, and your skin burns under the tremendous speed. Your vision blurs, and you are unable to judge how far you've fallen.
Okay, so we've fallen pretty far now, I guess. We could keep diving, Or we could try to flatten out or look around. Let's try to keep diving, I guess.
A phrase whispers itself into your mind. Terminal velocity. You have reached the limit of the speed the air will grant you, and now that you enter the lower reaches of the atmosphere, you can feel it thickening around you, and miraculously you are slowing from the frenzied descent. Slow is a relative term. You knife through the air, piercing its veils, and you have no time for the poetry of falling. This realization drives itself home as you strike an unyielding surface, as your skin explodes and your organs liquefy on impact. A brief thought flashes through your mind. Your life was utterly and completely meaningless.
Alright. That sounded gruesome. Really, really gruesome. So basically we made a splat. And that's the end of it. Huh. Okay. So there are some bad choices there. Well, let's try that again, I guess. I didn't think there would be bad choices there. I mean, it's like the start of everything. Well, at least we left a small crater as as a memorial. So let's do this again. Let's take the female. We're gonna look at our own body.
Wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this? Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself. The world is many kilometers below you.
So this time around, let's try to flatten out. I guess. We could try to judge how far it is to the ground, or we could look at the horizon, but I guess we would just be another puddle in the ground. So let's flatten out.
Instinctively you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures.
Let's see. We got 1. We could study the world, or 2. We could try to remember what happened. Now, when you're falling, I don't think that trying to remember what happened is the best thing. I mean, you're probably gonna be lost in thought. So let's study the world, I guess.
Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center.
Let's try to slow the descent even more.
To it, it's fruitless. You've reached a velocity that could, without irony, best be named terminal. You spread your arms and legs and try to catch a draft, and it looks like you'll hit the bay that's rushing toward you, unless you hit the building in its littered waters. A strange web of colors surrounds you, thrown by a figure standing on the balcony of the structure, but it is effective only at slowing your fall. You strike the building hard enough to crack its crystalline structure, and you hear one of the engines that supports it protest and howl, and the agony of the crash overcomes you, and then darkness. Alright. So this time we did survive.
Kinda. I mean, we pretty much still died, but at least there was enough of us left to regenerate, I guess. Before we continue though, I want to do something first, and that's changing the title on Twitch. There we go. That should do it. And we also gotta put up something else right here, which I forgot. I always forgot to activate this one. Let's see if it works. There we go. And let's continue. Now we only have one real option here. I mean, we could look around, sure. There's probably nothing else though. This is the only two, pardon me, the only two actions we can take.
Yes.
And there's basically a bowl here, and it's empty, and there's water or something glowing falling next to it. It's basically a little puzzle, and we could examine the bowl, and then it gives you a little description of the bowl and such. Like it's saying here, it's going to be tricky to move this ball without slicing your fingers. That means that if you haven't seen my my first impressions on this, that you can actually hurt yourself. It's like going to be like 2 damage or something. Still, that 2 damage might screw you over at times. So carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. And we're gonna put all of our points into this. Carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over. There we go. We did it without slicing ourselves. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. That's a good thing, I guess. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. That's... the first time I saw this I was like, what? Huh? How? We just fell out of space into a building and, well, basically smashed ourselves, I guess. A voice calls out from somewhere high above and beyond the reaches of the spreading light. So this basically builds itself, which is pretty cool. Well, builds itself is not the right,
Now.
not the right choice of words, I guess, but
I'm ready.
as soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this water-logged hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath waves. But this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. So we get a few choices here, which is pretty cool, because they might actually define some of our character. They actually have these direct consequences. We could either deceive our companion by telling him that we've heard sounds of pursuit, which is basically encouraging him to hurry the hell up. Or we could threaten him and until he returns to the task at hand. Or we could do it ourselves and basically say this is taking too long, and we could cast a spell to fix the device. Now, I've done the third one in my own playthrough, and I'm not gonna do that here. So we'll have two choices. We're either gonna deceive him or we're gonna threaten him. I say we should threaten him. And basically we... Alright, so we basically touched an alarm, blah 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 blah. Guards won't be far behind. We can choose to run. We can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse or use a device to stop them. I'm gonna say we run. Run the hell away. So these are all like visions that we have, which is pretty cool. I like the way they did it. And we're gonna move
Let's
over
go.
here. Let's examine this. The light around the door's frame dims, flares, and roar, blah, blah, like a roaring fire in a high wind.
All right.
No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronzed segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen in place.
I'm going.
I'm guessing these doors are gonna have like some meaning later on. I mean, we can't open them at the moment, so
Fine.
yeah. You stand behind a woman on a verdant crag. I don't know about this, what makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found. We basically have to convince her right here. We could use our charms to persuade her. We could convince her with our wisdom of our superior intellect. Or we could draw her attention to the hidden details that we have a more experienced eye and we can clearly see. I'm gonna go for the first one. So we convinced her. That's neat. We're just gonna go through this a little faster than in the normal game. This is like still a tutorial of sorts. It's actually character creation right here, which is pretty cool. I mean, you don't see a lot of games do this. I know Morrowind did it. Like you have a little story tell and stuff, and you basically get a class out of that, which is pretty cool. And I think more games should do this. I mean, it gives you the sense of that you are actually that class. It gives you more it gives a more immersive experience. Like, I got this class because I am a warrior that wanted to save these people, blah de blah de blah. You actually have a reason to be that class. That's basically what I'm getting at. Most games just let you pick a class and that's about it. But I think that's the wrong way to go about it. Or well, at least if you are playing like something really heavy in role playing, like if you're really heavy role playing, then that's like the wrong way to do it. I think it would be better to have like a backstory as to why you chose that class. I just think it works better. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. We can use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Or we could look for a deeper solution. Let's look for a deeper solution. So apparently there was some artifact messing with our workers. Pardon me. And we created another path right here.
Ready.
A vision that place of a city springs up around you. Your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy's surrender or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn backward to the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike before they land. Okay, so yeah. Also, one is brutally large with a vibrating axe, and the other has a sheeted glossy armor and a sizzling invisible blade. The invisible blade sounds a little, I don't know, it sounds a little dangerous. Let's fight this defensively, because that would be the better option here. Figure out who presents the greater threat. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level. Ouch, that sounds painful. Tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. I'm a little tired. It's let's see. Got some messages here. Hey Malvazie, how you doing? Everything okay over there? Alright, so basically what we did here is we jumped beneath the giant, and the giant was basically way too slow. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, so we put a dagger up her chin. Sounds pretty neat. I wish this was actually shown to us, like in actual images. That would have made it better. As it stands, it's like use your imagination a lot. I'm good, Malvazie. I'm just a little tired. I actually started working 3 days this week. I used to work like only 2, like Mondays and Fridays. And now I'm actually working at Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, a little tired, still. Apart from that, I'm fine. I'm just glad to be playing this. Hell, I've played this like on my own, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So, what should we do here? There's a door with some guys behind it. Do we hurl ourselves against the door, knock them to the ground, crack the door open, sneak past them, or charge through, counting on our defenses to protect us? Yeah, I think it's good that I'm actually tired for once. Like, really tired. I mean, I don't have that a lot. I have a pretty easygoing life, really. I can't really complain. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm like, I have these days when I'm just not doing anything. Like mostly Tuesday, or well, Thursday I actually do some stuff like cleaning and such, but other than that, not much really. So a pretty easy life at the moment. We're gonna hurl ourselves against the door and knock them to the ground. I expect that we have his sword, so we can stab him like that. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder into the door at the last minute. It bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into the pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race through the door, blade in hand, and you dispatch your stunned foes before they have a chance to move. Their blood begins to pool in the hallway. Sounds gruesome. Yeah, I'm just glad it's like weekend. Although I do have a party to go to tomorrow, so yeah, there's that. Not much resting to be done. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah, I guess those are resting days. They're mostly my shopping days when I go do groceries and stuff like that. That has to be done too, you know, so. Ooh, we created more ground.
Yes, now.
Let's interact with this. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you. Shoving, arguing with and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Okay, so we have a lot of options here. Point at the doppelganger moving cautiously through the crowd. Point at the doppelganger observing all the others. Point at the strong doppelganger shoving its way through the group. Point at the strong-willed doppelganger. Or the bulking doppelganger with wrath in its eyes. I think... What do you think? What should we do? What should we do here? Should we do like 5? Point at the bulking doppelganger with wrath in its eyes? I mean, this is gonna decide our class, basically. I'm guessing like the 5th one is a warrior type, like a glaive is what they call it. Or should we go for like the doppelganger observing all the others? Let's just do 5 here. With wrath in its eyes, I like that. Whirling a club with brutal grace, the doppelganger clears a path through the crowd and storms toward the mirror. He just doesn't walk to the mirror, no, he storms to it. It glowers at you, then bashes the club against the ground and roars in your face. Alright. The doppelganger growls, waiting for your decision. Yes, that's who I am. Sure, I'm that savage right there. I'm that... yeah. I'm that savage. Let's go for that. Your chosen identity steps forward. And there we go. Gain descriptor wrathful. The word glaive sounds in your mind. We are a wrathful glaive. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out in the cavernous room, awakening and unleashing vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds like a bell. Something is coming. The mirror fades, leaving a dark open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. Because what could go wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Nothing, I guess. Anyways, welcome to character creation. It took a while to get here, but this is basically why I like it so much. We basically played a little story there, and based off that story, it told us we are a wrathful glaive, and a glaive is basically a warrior, and he's trained in heavy weapons. Sure, he has some intimidation, some smashing. He is really bad at concentration and stealth. So don't expect any spells or stealthing, I guess. So what we also have is Opportunist and Stern immediately make a basic attack against the first enemy that moves within weapon range. You get some extra damage from that with the attack made. And Practice in Armor. Gain +3 speed. Armor cost. I see. -3 speed armor cost. And -3 might armor cost. Reduces the penalty to esoteric attacks incurred by armor by 15% as well. That's a lot of stuff. I don't think I have that with my nano. I mean, we can check. Nano only has onslaught. So, yeah. Jack is like jack of all trades. It's basically a rogue type of thing, I guess. But we're gonna go with the glaive here. And we're gonna hit next. And now we have to do some points. So let's do 1 in might and 1 in speed. Because speed is gonna come in handy, like a lot. And let's hit next here. We have another point to spend. We could do Unfailing Precision. Plus 10% critical success chance on weapon attacks. Or Skill with Defense. Plus 10% evasion. Plus 10% willpower. That's pretty good. That's damn good actually. Taunt confers compelled, forcing the target to attack you. Or hook. Snare a target with a grappling hook and pull them toward you. We only have one choice here. And I think we should go with Skill with Defense. Because that's like a really good defensive option. And you do want to have your little defenses set up correctly. Because some enemies can be quite brutal. And you like wouldn't know it beforehand. So it's always nice to have some good defense up before that. Now we also have another point to spend. We can spend it on running. Sprint across dangerous area, navigating hazards and enemies with more alacrity than slower moving characters. Endurance measures the character's hardiness in the face of damage. Or quick fingers. I think we should go with quick fingers. Although endurance gives +5 health per level. Inability decreases health by 2. Bonus to movement distance on each crisis turn. So running also helps in combat. It actually helps you walk further in combat, which is neat. Smashing per level on difficult tasks. So these two are basically your social skills, and the running is basically a utility skill, and endurance is basically how good you are at taking blows. I'm gonna go with endurance here, I guess. And we have to choose a weapon skill here. We can go for heavy weapons. We can go for medium weapons. We can go for ranged weapons, melee weapons. Wielding swords, axes, or maces requires steady footwork. So why is there like a category of melee weapons and ranged weapons? Well, you also have heavy weapons, medium weapons, and light weapons. Doesn't really make sense. I mean, I guess on attacks with 15% bonus on what? Bonus per level on attacks with melee. I guess that's on damage. And this is... I'm gonna put it in medium weapons, I think. It's probably best if we want to equip like a shield. Actually, I'm gonna put it in heavy weapons. Let's see if we can find like a good heavy weapon. It's probably gonna smash a lot. Yeah, let's do that. And we're wrathful, which means +1 training level on heavy weapons, intimidation and smashing, while lowering our concentration and stealth. I'm okay with that. So let's hit this. This is your last chance to change the last cast off's character, type or descriptor. Yeah, we're okay with this. That just burst my ears. Everything about the spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees us. We weren't sure that would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. Took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're mere shadows now. Oh. Something was hunting me. Do you know what it was? That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large black furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this dream state and are tuned to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Alright, we're just gonna... What do you mean? Attune? Tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism. Your body, that is your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. I see. What's a resonance chamber then? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. So we need to keep our eyes open for that. That's okay, obviously. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? It is your mind. A construct built to, I don't know, share your thoughts. Store your true self. Wait, you know how people say in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. I don't think that analogy works quite. I don't know. Well, whatever. Who are the other people? You call them reflections. Who are you? I'm you. I'm a part of your mind. A splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with the memories of the others. I see. How do you know all that you're telling me? I'm just part of you. I look at you and I know this place was made for you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge just come to me when you ask your questions, but that's all. Ah, I see. So how do we get back to the real world? I want to actually get back to my body here. There's a portal down there. It'll take you to your body. How convenient! When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hell is that? Oh god! Oh god! It's the creature. It's the sorrow! Destroy its anchors. Yeah, sure. Crisis initiated. Lost cost of stern. Normally I would be able to pick this up. Why can't I do that? Well, do we have any opportunists? And hide. Let's kill this. Let's put some extra effort in this. And it's spawning stuff. That's not good. Get the hell out of my mind. I don't want stuff like that in here. We're gonna move, I guess. Okay. Let's smash this.
I warned you.
Oh, that was a critical hit. Sorrow infection. That doesn't sound good.
I'm ready.
Let's pick this up. And let's throw that at him. There we go. And it's gone. I actually like this start already. You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer, an infection that's unstoppable. But you stopped it. Not so unstoppable now, is it then? I can't believe it found us in here. That thing, the sorrow, it's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. In the first place. It'll keep you hunting. It'll keep hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it. But that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber. Otherwise you die again, I guess. Portal to your chamber, to your body is that shimmering dome there. Now go!
Yes, now.
So let's head there.
Where did she fall from? Her body's smashed to talk. It's a wonder she's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not her origin point. But look, she's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Sounds good, I guess. I mean, regeneration is good, right? Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Calistich? So he's basically blaming her. You blame me, she emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall. Probably related to the fantastic healing process. Obviously, Ali Gurn. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistich. You're no ordinary mortal, we know that much. Start talking. I'm no ordinary mortal, what do you mean? You really don't know? I'm starting to think you're not her. Starting to think Oligurn, or tell me, is it a novel experience? It's her face. Rebuild ourselves. Yeah, I mean, normal humans don't rebuild themselves if they smash into a building and fucking splat on the ground. I mean, that's just, no, it doesn't happen. Maybe you could help me for a change, you know. You're familiar with the word changing, Elegern. Does the changing god may well have changed? Sounds like a reasonable assumption. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. I and my sisters are colleagues. Yes. This is Eligern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned for reasons of his own. So basically he is a dick. He's a real dick. Where are we? What is this place? Sanctum of your sires. Common belief is he has several such places throughout the ninth world, possibly other worlds as well. We were only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. I bet it was grand, smashing through a building with your own body. And then just like 5 minutes later reconstructing it. Who is the changing god? Ha! That's rich for coming from you. The changing god is your sire there. He discovered a path to immortality long ago. A means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed in his place. Oh, he knew alright. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who can say? Your sire has been doing this for several centuries. Though if not all of them were born the way you claim you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them has survived. Yeah. I can already see like a rain of people just falling out of space. It's not gonna happen, I guess. So you say I was born and since God left, but why am I not dead? Basically, regeneration. You're Wolverine. All they're saying is like, you're Wolverine. You can regenerate from anything. I guess that's not completely true. I mean, we did splat the first time around. This went like complete splat. How can you be sure this body's a cast off? Who was the blast of energy when awoke? We're gonna... If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? Excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they are primarily physical. So, primarily physical. She just continues to go on like, this can kill you, flesh-eating viruses, disfigurement by the iron wind. That's, yeah. We got the point.
Making a note.
Though it might not be impossible, you need people with appropriate knowledge. I mean, we gotta fix that crystal thing right there, because it's broken. It's broken, and we need it. We're gonna say thank you for your help, but we'll figure this out on our own. That way we can just come back to them later. And we could just travel with both of them. Oh man. Alright then, let's go. And this is where I'm leaving it for today. I hope you guys liked the stream today. I know it's rather short, but I really don't have the time for more today. So yeah, sadly have to end it here. If you liked it, then please smash that like button. And if you haven't already, then please hit that subscribe button with all your might. If you would like all notifications about new episodes or new live streams going up, then please hit that bell button right next to the subscribe button on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, then yeah, I would appreciate the likes there as well. Like I said, I hope you guys like this video, stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!